Hey folks, we have some exciting stuff coming up on Saturday and Sunday. So before I give a quick preview of my message for Sunday morning as we continue in our series through the book of Ezra, Reclaim, how God reclaims us and draws us to himself when we turn to him for salvation, just like he reclaimed the nation of Israel and brought them out of captivity and gave them their homeland back and helped them, provided for them and was over their process of rebuilding the temple and rebuilding the city walls in the story of Ezra and Nehemiah. Before I get into that a little bit and talk about what the message is going to be Sunday morning, I want to invite you to join us Saturday morning at 8 o'clock. We have men's and women's fellowships. We meet separately every Saturday from 8 to 9. The men meet and the women meet separately. And just a time of hanging out, nothing formal. There's no kind of scheduled program or activity. And so people can come and go as they choose. Some people might come and stay for 15, 20 minutes and have a cup of coffee. Some folks might stay the whole time. But this Saturday is exciting because we were going to have some missionaries from the International Mission Board that we support, and they're going to join us. And so we'll have a husband and wife, and so we want to invite you to come and join with us as we get to just fellowship with them. And then those same folks are going to be here Sunday evening when we have a mission service and supper. And so from 6 to 7, we're going to have supper, or we're going to have a service, a worship service, at which time our missionaries will be sharing with us about their work in Central Asia. And that's going to be great because you're going to see, why is it that we support the IMB? Why do we talk about it so often here? Why are we so excited about what they're doing all over the world? And you're going to see that firsthand as you get to meet them and hear from them on Sunday evening during that service. And then right after the service, we'll have a supper in our fellowship hall. And so this will be a great time of worship and fellowship and food, delicious food as always. On Sunday morning, of course, we've got family groups and worship from 9:30 to 10:30 is family groups, and then worship at 10:40. So all of that's going on Saturday and Sunday. We hope you'll join us. And on Sunday morning for our service, during our worship service, we're going to continue this series through the book of Ezra. And, we've talked over the last several weeks, or the last 4 weeks, we've talked about the fact that when we trust and follow the Lord, we can have hope. And we've talked about that we can have joy and we can have strength. And in this past Sunday, we talked about the victory that we get when we turn to the Lord. And so you think about that. You think about hope and joy and strength and victory, something that we would all say, of course, I want those things. If you get those things and you recognize that it all comes from the Lord, only from the Lord ultimately, then what's our response? Well, we talked this past Sunday about that we're going to respond in worship. If we truly receive hope and joy and strength and victory, we're going to want to worship God. But along with that worship, what does that entail? Well, that's obedience. And that's what we're going to see from Ezra 7 on Sunday morning. We're going to talk about obedience and how when we trust and follow God, there's this reclaimed obedience that comes in our hearts and in our lives. And it's not perfect because we're still sinners, but because of what Jesus has done for us on the cross and what he's accomplished through his resurrection and then giving us his spirit to live with us as we walk through this life, then we're going to grow in our obedience to God. And so that's what we're going to talk about Sunday. How can we prayerfully depend on God for obedience? And what are the results of that? What happens when we are faithful to follow God and grow in obedience to his word? And so we're going to see some powerful realities of obedience, some not reasons for obedience, because the reasons really are that we love God and we want to follow God, but more the just the responses and the necessary kind of I'm looking the results is what I was thinking about. I was thinking of another R word, not reasons, but the results of obedience. And so join us Sunday morning for that. I'm looking forward to it. In the meantime, read Ezra chapter 7 to have yourself prepared. See you Sunday.